So we've got 5 major leaks on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and one of them explains exactly what Samsung is trying to do this year. Let's get into it. First up, pricing. And honestly, this one's surprising. Samsung has reportedly finalized pricing for the S26 series, and according to multiple leaks, there's no price increase. Same pricing as the Galaxy S25. That's kind of wild. Component costs are up across the board. Memory, processors, cameras, everything. So why not raise prices? Because Samsung doesn't really have a choice. Apple didn't, Google didn't. According to the report, Samsung is willing to eat the cost, lower margins to protect market share. But here's the more important part. It's not just about keeping prices the same. It's about what you might get for the same price. Apple just upgraded the base iPhone 17 to 256GB storage without raising prices. Samsung looks ready to copy that move while staying at $799. And if that happens, that's a meaningful upgrade without charging you more. Now here's where things get interesting, because this same report also mentions the launch timing. First, we heard a month-long delay, then it shrank to a week. Now it looks locked. Samsung Unpacked is expected on February 25th in San Francisco, with sales starting in early March. That's nearly a full month later than the S25 series. Now, keeping the price the same makes sense, because on paper, the S26 Ultra doesn't look like a massive hardware leap over the S25 Ultra. But let's switch gears to cameras and software, because this is where Samsung might quietly win over creators. Inside GoodLock, tied to One UI 8.5, hidden camera assistant features have been discovered, and they sound small until you understand what they do. There's a video softening option with 3 levels, letting you dial back sharpness for more natural color tones. You also get manual autofocus sensitivity and control over how fast the camera refocuses between subjects. What's interesting is that these options don't appear on the S25 Ultra running One UI 8.5, which strongly suggests they could be S26 Ultra exclusives. That's a classic Samsung move. Keep the default camera simple, hide the Pro tools for power users. Samsung is also focusing less on massive sensor upgrades and more on fixing long-standing camera complaints. 2 big ones: flare and ghosting, and those unnatural yellow skin tones. Leaks point to improved lens coatings and processing, absorbing stray light instead of letting it bounce around inside the lens, which should noticeably improve image quality. There's also an upgrade coming to the 3x telephoto camera across the S26 lineup. Yes, it's controversial, but here's the twist. A new report says the 3x telephoto will now support HDR photography. That matters more than it sounds. Zoom lenses struggled with exposure before. HDR at 3x could preserve detail, improve contrast, and fix color accuracy, with AI reconstructing multiple frames. Speaking of AI, here's one of the most interesting leaks so far. The Galaxy S26 Ultra may introduce a built-in AI privacy display. This is described as a hardware plus software system-level feature. You'd be able to toggle it in Settings or the Quick Panel and automate it through modes and routines. If Samsung pulls this off properly, it's one of those features you don't think you need until you use your phone once in public and go, "Oh yeah, this is actually amazing." Now here's another feature people are seriously sleeping on, a major Bixby redesign tied to One UI 8.5. Hands-on video showed the Bixby powered by Perplexity for web search. That means real-time answers, sources, and clickable links. When Bixby uses Perplexity, a dedicated button appears. Tap it, and the response expands into a full web-style results page. This version isn't live in the One UI 8.5 beta, so Samsung is clearly still polishing it. But if this lands properly, Bixby finally becomes useful. And here's the last big takeaway. Samsung isn't just keeping prices flat for the S26 series, they've also reportedly locked pricing for the Z Fold 8 and Z Flip 8. That's huge, especially with the Fold 8 expected to compete directly with Apple's first foldable. If you want the full breakdown on that and You can find more exciting tech videos right here on our channel. Subscribe now and stay updated with the latest tech news every single day. This is Mr. Fanova. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.